Good evening, lovely to see everyone here today. I'm going to tell you why we live in really exciting times today. And I'm going to tell you 4 facts that I think when you put them together will form the most disruptive technology on this planet today. So I'll go through them now and then go through them in some detail. The first fact is that new life was created in 2010. Get back to that one. Second fact is that life can be teleported. It's also pretty interesting. Third fact is that vaccines are the one thing that protect us from pandemics, infectious diseases that can wipe out big populations. And the fourth fact is, despite this, we are today very, very vulnerable to pandemics. Next slide, please. Let's go into the first fact that life was created in 2010. There is this guy called Craig Venter, who is a very brilliant scientist, who took 4 bottles of inert, lifeless chemicals and created life. Now, this is groundbreaking. This breaks all the rules of every textbook and all of the history before. Nobody thought this was possible. He took a DNA code, he put it on his computer, he took the chemicals and created a functional DNA and put that DNA into a cell that had no DNA. It was lifeless, it couldn't work, it couldn't reproduce. And he booted it up and made life. This was an extraordinary event, and to my view, has not received the kind of attention worldwide that it should have achieved. Craig Venter has changed the world in this respect, and there are so many applications that come out of this. Next one, please. The first is that he has created a new branch to the tree of life called Synthetica. This is synthetic creatures that didn't exist before. So you can imagine cats that fly and so forth. We have all sorts of funny creatures down here, but they really might happen. This is the first time that the tree of life has been added to by a creature whose parent was a computer. Think about that. It's a big, big wow. Next one. He has achieved notoriety and some criticism from quarters who say he's playing God. This is not important. The important thing will follow about the applications of synthetic biology. The root of synthetic biology is that DNA is the software of life. You can program it. You can program, therefore, life to do things for you that are useful, that make biofuels, make medicines, eat up pollution, and so forth. Let's get to the second fact. Life can be teleported. Craig Venter showed that you could take a DNA digital signal, transport it at the speed of light to a special machine called a digital biological converter, and make life. This was extraordinary. So I don't know if any of you are Star Trek fans here, but the famous words, "Beam me up, Scotty," when things were getting hot, this has happened. And this breaks every rule in every textbook. It's a very big deal. What happens when you take a pandemic and you're faced with having to deal with it? Today, a pandemic involves a very quick spread of a disease that flares up and you have to deal with it very quickly. But how ready are we today to deal with that? What happens if there's an announcement by CDC, Centers for Disease Control, is that they send out a team of people, they have to study the pathogen, they have to characterize it, they have to get the antigens, And by the way, they're going to conduct clinical trials on that. That work can take 1 year or it can take a decade. So that is a very important fact. Let us drill down a little further and see what's happened in recent history. The pandemic AIDS was reported 38 years ago, 38 million deaths to date, and over 100 million people will be dead by 2025. And we still don't have an AIDS vaccine after 38 years. Take the 1918 Spanish flu. It wasn't really a Spanish flu, but we'll leave it there. This killed 50 to 100 million people. It infected 1/3 of the world and was an absolutely horrific catastrophe. It was the largest medical holocaust in history. But we still don't have a pandemic flu vaccine. Now, why is this fact? Why are we very bad at making vaccines against really bad diseases? Because you have to use a 1940s technology, 1940s technology using chicken eggs to make vaccines. Well, a chicken egg stands between me and a global catastrophe. This is pretty shocking. I don't know about you, but I like my eggs for breakfast, but I don't want them protecting me for this kind of stuff. Right now, that is the state of the art. So that's kind of a big mess that we're in, because particularly those chicken vaccines take at least a year to a decade to produce, or in the case of AIDS and pandemic flu, can take over 40 years or over 100 years. And we still don't have those vaccines. So we're in a big mess. Remember 9/11. I'm bringing in this rather dark topic to tell you about something that changed the world. 9/11 also had an anthrax attack. It triggered an enormous American response to be prepared for biological attacks, in the knowledge that Craig Venter's synthetic biology could also be used to create a new form of superbug. This was super bad news for the defense community. So they spent $1 billion and billions of dollars on readiness, but we're not ready because you can't prepare for a pathogen that you don't know what it is. All of our preparation is in the rear mirror. So 9/11 happened. We're in a big mess. What is the solution? I'm actually optimistic that because we live in extraordinary times, there is a solution. There is a new emerging technology called a DNA vaccine. You basically take the DNA of a pathogen. That DNA is the vaccine. And with Craig Venter's technology, you can make that really quickly. So he took, he had money from DARPA, the venture capital arm of the military, US military, and showed that you could make a DNA vaccine in 4 days. 4 days versus, let's just press the other button, versus the chicken egg thing, and press it again, which takes ages and ages and ages. It takes billions of eggs, and it takes up to 10 years to make. There you go. She's laying her eggs. Versus, next slide, the DNA vaccine, which takes 4 days, which is transformative. This is a game changer for our security. It has a ways to go, but this is the promise. I want you to take away 2 lessons from this talk. Number 1 is synthetic biology is not about playing God. This is about our future and is a really important transformative technology. The UK government has made it one of its 8 pillars for the future of its knowledge economy. So it's become very, very important. And number 2, it's here to stay. We are not going to put this genie back in the bottle. This is a technology, a modern technology, to cure modern problems. So I said at the very beginning, we live in really interesting times. I hope you now agree with me. Thank you.